world class.
Yeah, so let's watch this lady.
Everybody talks about, I knew he was cheating and they looking for cheating, but how can you know he cheating, but you never knew he was unhappy with you? How?
So you're looking for those signs, but you're not looking for those signs.
Why do you look for what somebody's doing, but you don't know when they're not happy with you? Come on. I'm like,
is that being self-absorbed? You feel like maybe sometimes in relationships, women, because like you said, we know that we get everything just because we're women, so we expect it and we don't want to give the man anything.
Oh yes, women are self-absorbed and entitled, and I can say this because I've been doing this work for over 15 years. They believe because they have a vagina and pretty, that they, and a nice body, that they are entitled to being treated a certain way. However, have you ever seen a woman that's beautiful and she looks amazing, her body, everything is together, very smart, but those type of women always get left for more plain Janes?
Yeah,
women that
looking like you chose her.
I want y'all to remember that part. I want y'all to remember that part. That part is extremely important. The real femininity, not the fake shit that they got going on. Remember that part that she said.
See what I was looking like? Because it had nothing to do with what she looked like and what she came to the table with. It was what she was being to him and how she made him feel in his presence. So we see it all the time. But they going out here, girl, thinking that I have to look like this, getting these botched BBLs and all of this tuck it in, suck it out, and all that.
Keep my mouth closed.
And then on top of that, it's like they're not. I'm doing it for myself. No, you're doing it because these men is liking these pictures. But here's the thing, Mo. The pictures that they're liking, dude, most of those women don't have a man.
Oh, girl. Isn't that the funniest thing? The gorgeous women stay single their whole lives. Isn't that interesting?
Because they never learn the girl part. Learn the girl part. Learn to just be. A woman that has her femininity, her spirituality, and her sensuality all flowing at the same time is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm fucking up shit. I meant to turn it this way so we can see it. I'm looking at the same direction. And then the words backwards. No, I'm good. You know what? We're gonna do it another way. We're gonna do it this way. Because I actually want to go right back over everything she just said. I'm not rushing this. I'm not trying to be perfect, but I want to be clear. So let's go back over everything she said.
Everybody talks about, I knew he was cheating and they looking for cheating, but how can you know he cheating, but you never knew he was unhappy with you?
So this is an important part of stewardship. I hear a lot of guys talking, even dirty folks, right? The security, the Marriott secretary, right? I hear a lot of guys, and I'm not putting him out specifically. It's just he's fresh in my mind because he was talking about. I hear a lot of guys talk about a lot of things, but I promise you, I can bring my sister up here. She'll mention the same thing. When you are a wife, what's important? It's like you got to think about what you used to do, what you've done for 99% of the time that you've been here that has allowed us to thrive as a people. And that's this word, fiduciary. Your fiduciary responsibility. When your husband has produced lay down a foundation, right? Because dudes lay down foundations today, and of corporations, whether it be nonprofit, you have a fiduciary responsibility in the household to take inventory of what's going on. If you only know one side, then you're not handling your fiduciary responsibilities. Like that conversation never comes up. And that creates the insolvency that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? It creates the debt that you see in the community on a consistent basis. You know one thing that you don't understand the other thing. So you really don't know the one thing. You just waiting to take that shot.
How?
So you're looking for those signs, but you're not looking for those signs.
Why do you look for what somebody's doing, but you don't know when they're not happy with you? So come on, I'm like,
Is that
And that's that makeshift intuition, like that convenient intuition where just like on the internet and on Facebook and shit, they'll tell you, oh, you hurt. You doing this because you hurt. Why do your stupid psychic powers only come in when you when somebody typing something on the internet? But when a nigga about to whip your ass, when the bills need to be paid, or you getting cancer, them psychic powers, those intuitions don't kick in. There's a number of reasons. Intuition is not emotional. Intuition is mental. And a lot of I'm dealing with black females. I'm not dealing with anybody else. A lot of black females' self-worth is attached to their feelings. And because your self-worth is attached to how you feel, you constantly undermine your intelligence, and you undermine the intelligence of everybody around you, so you can continue to feel. Because knowledge and information interrupts them feelings. You understand? Those feelings, you know, are dopamine. We'll get into that eventually, especially with the GPS series and going genius preservation series. That's what it's called. Especially with that, because you have to understand these things, and like I mentioned, fiduciary responsibility. I mentioned in the last live. Shout out to Jessica X, shout out to Dirty Folks, everybody that came through. I mentioned in the last live. Your feelings is your own internal currency. That's your private stuff. If you're not going to show your bank account online, stop talking about your feelings. Y'all going to learn what real femininity is today. That's your private information. And what I also said was, I've been through 6 different sales training. I know why you think they make sense. It's because somebody's going to convince you through marketing, advertisement, or some sales pitch to get you to give up your private information for a sale. Your private information, your feelings, your internal currency you should not bring a dollar, right? Just like you shouldn't put a dollar in a place that's not going to give you a favorable return. Stop putting your feelings, any part, any critique, any type of description of your feelings if it's not going to be cared for. Do you understand? Facial expressions, reactions from the body aren't these feelings things that you're talking about. Go learn today. Help you protect yourself from you. That's what men are supposed to do. So you hear, right? And you need to know this part. So some little bit of masculinity I have to teach, because they have to know their job. So a man's job, a male's job, because man is female and male. A man's job is to protect his species. Niggas just keep talking about their bread or their chill. Your job as a man is protect your species. 30 of us can repopulate the entire planet. So our job is to protect our species. And like it says in the Constitution, from foreign and domestic terrorism. Does that make sense? So she has to understand that. So stuff about men that they have to understand in this law. And I'm not tick for tat, and I'm not talking about males just because they want me to tick for tat. I don't do the stupid tick for tat shit. But she has to understand what your job is. They don't understand what your job is. So if I'm saying a man's job is to protect the species, that means his mindset has to be big. He has to think about the big picture. He can't always focus on your little feelings that you refuse to deal with. Doesn't make any sense. You only do the one side, like she was just talking about. Well, this side, like she was just talking about. She don't do the other side. And I love what she gets into, right? Yeah, yeah. Making facts, making private things public. Let's go through the chat before we go through. Yes, we do. We've gotten into these. Yes, we get into it, but you know, I care, so it don't matter that we fuss. It just can we come to an understanding. She said those are surface 304s with no real substance. Yeah, the one I seen when you put this in. Yeah, when she was talking about facts, making facts, making private things public. That's right, Bernard. That's things. Your feelings is your own internal currency. Stop frivolously, aimlessly putting out your something you say you value as a woman. You value these feelings, but you fling the fucking shit into any store, to any nigga, to anybody. If you cared about these feelings, you wouldn't haphazardly throw them shits around. You would actually treat your feelings like males. That's what we're watching. These stupid. That's what you've been watching your whole life. These stupid ass shows that said, "Oh, men need to be more emotional." That was to convince us to give up our private rights so somebody can use them against us. Your own private information. Again, can't emphasize this enough. If you are not going to show your routing number and your account number, where your money is, To everybody on the internet or to everybody you meet on the date, stop talking about your feelings. So what do we talk about? Welcome to the world class. You're going to learn how to be human here. You're going to learn how Earth works today. So you can let the goofy stuff go and stop compromising everybody. Compromise is not a valuable thing to valuable people. If you're in a relationship, you already relate. Why would you need to compromise? Why would you have that on your brain? If you relate, there's no need. If you find somebody and y'all made however many points, let's say 9 out of 10, but it could be one fundamental thing that it's not the right time, then you don't compromise because that person has a purpose. You have a purpose. I've told since I've been like 25, I'll tell everybody around me, there's no such thing as no. It's just not yet. What did I say my mantra was? There's always, 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 always a way. But when your value system is quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing guarantees, there's never a way. There's only, I gotta have it right now. I gotta feel right. Make me feel. And you squeeze the life ability out of anything because you're trying to bond and limit stuff, not because it's gonna make you worthy, not because it's good enough, but just because you don't have the internal currency. Your feelings won't allow you to wait. As a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old female, you don't even have the credibility with you to wait. No, bitch, get your ass up and give me my feelings. That's how you let your feelings talk to you.
Is that being self-absorbed? You feel like maybe sometimes in relationships, women.
And I wanted to say this too. It's not self-absorbed. It's pseudo self-absorbed. You are absorbed by your fake self, aka, and I'm gonna put this word in the chat to put it up. Feelings. I'm gonna show the string while I'm spelling it like that. Feelings is a liability. That's what they are. They're fee. They cost. Your feelings are. You got to understand this too. I've said this before in a lot too. 100% of all the so-called emotions and feelings that you've experienced are exiting. They're not incoming. They're leaving. All of them, all these things that we call feelings, anger, these are things that are leaving us. And you try to keep the thing that's leaving. They're an output. They're somebody else's cause. Even when you look at this low level of universal law called the law of attraction, right? And all that, you got to project, you got to really feel good. And that's good. Okay, if you're feeling good and the law of attraction shit is telling you to put it out, obviously it's the same shit I'm saying. It's leaving you. It's not staying. It's not meant to stay. It's there to be put out. It's a cost. You actually costing yourself. I spell it like that for a reason because that's a demon. That's not for you to think that thing makes sense is crazy. The feeling is an elephant, a little baby elephant that you keep let grow. Let that shit out. Right? So that's what got the pseudo-conscious community females. I gotta have an outlet. I gotta have yes, y'all right. You could be right and wrong at the same time. You understand? I'm telling them. That's what I call them. That's why I also spell it like this. Because you gotta understand an asset from a liability. All these things like this for a reason. And again, what am I doing? Because y'all say y'all witches. I am spelling for a reason. Females, you're a living liability. That's what you are. So I don't talk about women. I talk about these things, these little female things. You're a living liability. You are a blank check for poverty. You understand? Because you don't understand. You're abandoning your fiduciary responsibility to have internal solvency, to manage your people's in your organization. I mean this in every way, shape, or form. I mean it legally, I mean it spiritually, I mean it mentally, I mean it internally. Internally is the word y'all keep using for emotions and feelings internally. I mean this as a parent. You are an organization. You are an organization. You are. You see this? This is an organ, right? I got organs on the inside, right? Aren't the organs in the inside organized? Aren't they? Right? So you are an organization. You are organized. Your makeup is organization and to be organized. In your organization, you have fiduciary responsibilities. We'll look the word up. You have fiduciary responsibilities to make sure your organization is solvent. See, in the conscious community, in a legal community, they're like sovereignty, solvent. That it's not indebted, that your thinking and your operation on a day-to-day basis is not creating debts. That you're preserving, remember that word, you're preserving your credit and your credibility. See, I'm articulating it because I know I can articulate it because I know how to rap. I know how to put words together. I know how to make a punchline. I know how to be impactful with my words, like Miguel Ruiz said in The Four Agreements. So I'm trained. So a talented person has to give that. You got to do the same thing. Like anything in the Bible where man is given a task from God, God is expecting man to do the task that God gave him at his level. You're not burdened by doing things at my level. You understand? You're burdened by, like they say, too much is given, much is required. You've been given a womb. You have a responsibility for something. Got to get this stuff. This is for, especially, and definitely if you have young, I'm going to do my best to keep the language in control. Just if we have a young sister, please give it to us. I'm going to give y'all the gold today for free. What did Dallas say? Dallas said, even two people who disagree don't make one right nor the other wrong. Yeah, I'm with that. Be like a diamond, precious and rare, not like a stone found everywhere. Facts. I like that. That's dope. It says in the Quran, Quran Surah 6, Ayat 164. No one will reap except what they sow. Exactly. It's a freaking universal law. So the diamond is pretty much a stone, focus and discipline. Yes, we know how they're created, right? Remember these words: fiduciary, organization. You as a woman is, and this is as it relates to femininity. You as a woman you are an organization. You are obligated to be organized. This is stuff that's universal. Okay, so males organized. I've never seen a dude walking around with his kidney on his chest or his brain on his shoulder. Okay, you are organ. You met with organs. You have to be organized. That is the foundation of your existence. Something or someone took time out to design you. It's non-negotiable. It's not even a debate. Somebody or something took their time to design you, to organize you. That is how you function. You cannot be contradicting and be human.
Because like you said, we know that we get everything just because we're women, so we expect it and we don't want to give the man anything.
Oh yes, women are self-absorbed and entitled, and I can say this because I've been doing this work for over 15 years. They believe because they have a vagina, and pretty, that they, and a nice body, that they are entitled to being treated a certain way.
And let me jump back. And that has to do with the brain, right? And that goes to the mothering. That goes directly to your mothering. One of the things I learned about psychology, I'm sorry, I learned about neuroscience and how the brain work is you can never make a second first impression. And you have these, I forgot the name of it. It's called mirror neuron. I think it's called mirror neurons. And that's a part of those sciences, that principle in that part of the brain called mirror neurons. It's like it's always, it is where we get our self-identity from and our recognition from. And what happens is, whatever happens first, especially early, it's just like it becomes our operating system, and you have to, again, fiduciary responsibilities, go into that sector and mitigate that. And that's what's happening with females. So as it relates to what she said, she being the females, the women, she has seen, oh, I'm cute, I get stuff. Again, going back to what their value system is, their modus operandi. Quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing guarantees. When all of these are poverty-oriented things, they don't produce anything. They don't help actually make you anything. They don't move you forward. You understand? And quick fix, if I can sit on it for a second, quick fix. If you're 20 years old, how can something be fixed as now? How could it be fixed today? It took you 20 years to make this mistake. Instant gratification. How can you be gratified instantly when it took you 6 months it took you 9 months to even get here? Took another 10 years for people to keep you alive. And it took another 10 years after that for them to show you how to keep yourself alive. Right? Quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing. If something for nothing work, I ain't gonna put the middle finger up. If something for nothing work, right, then you would inhale only. You see how I'm using your organization to show you that your value system doesn't make sense? Something for nothing doesn't exist. Every day we have, the sun is up. We're given the sun. We're given light every day. The planet you live on, the body you have, your body doesn't inhale only. It doesn't exhale only. It doesn't eat only. Does that make sense? The face you're using doesn't come from quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing. Right? Quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing. There's other shit. Guarantees. People think guarantees are good. Guarantees ensure poverty. If you're doing a deal and you get a guarantee, that means you can't expand to a certain degree. So now the cap is there. Now what's wrong when a female does it? What did I say earlier? Masculinity raises the ceiling, femininity raises the floor. You dealing with somebody else's business. That's none of your fucking business. You can't guarantee because you putting a cap. The top part is not your business. You're not built to fall as far as we're built to fall. You're putting yourself in harm's way for no reason. Showing that you don't understand the gravity of the situation. Guarantees are poverty. Guarantees. How could you be guaranteed when the body you're using isn't guaranteed? This is their modus operandi. This is their quadruplicity. This is their 4 seasons. Quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing guarantees. So when you put that along with the sign language, you see it. Shame, insults, guilt need to be right. Things, the foundational numbers for. That's how they operate.
However, have you ever seen a woman that's beautiful and she looks amazing, her body, everything is together, very smart, but those type of women always get left for more plain Janes?
Yeah,
women that
looking like you chose.
Did you see what I was looking like? Because it had nothing to do with what she looked like and what she came to the table with. It was what she was being to him.
I don't know what her name is. I'm so glad she said that. I'm so glad that she said being to him and not how she treated him. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy she said that because it is about being. It's not about getting we're not called human gettings. We're not called human Versace robes. We're not called human omelet. We're called human beings. It's about what are you being to me? It's about the becoming. What are you helping this man become? You're becoming or what? You're unbecoming. You're doing one of those two things either way. Even when you're doing something positive, you're unbecoming. You're doing one of those two things primarily either way. You're becoming something or you're unbecoming something. I had to unbecome Phyllis and Puppy's son. I had to unbecome that because I'd have shot somebody and killed somebody in public. I had to then become, what did Allah, the Most High, Krishna, Elohim, Yahweh Shah, what did you want me to be in the first place? Because this shit ain't working. Right? And I'll speak specifically to what she said. Some men like myself, we have somewhere to be. We have someone to be. We have somewhere and someone to be. Do you understand? And what am I being with you? I was just talking to my ex yesterday. I love that girl. I ain't gonna say that. I love her to pieces. She's awesome. I can't be what I'm supposed to be around you. Doesn't make you an evil person, but I can't be me around you. Can't be what I'm designed to be. You're in the way. Like I said the last time I last live. The number one thing that bothers affluent men and men operating at a genius level and winners and leaders and mentors is you being in my fucking way. That's gonna make me hate you. You worried about the girl that's cute, you worried about trying to control. However it means you do it, don't be in our way. So to speak, and I have another take on what she just explained. It's genetics. Sometimes you just resonate on a higher level with somebody that don't got the bigger titties, don't got the bigger lips or the wider head. It's about I work with her. I can work. Men love work. We love to work. We love, and work is twofold, man. This is a woman you need to understand this part. So what did I say before? Man need to protect his species, right? That's his job. His species. His species, not just his race. It's not a word. Phenotype, genotype. Not just his phenotype, genotype. Not just his nation. Not just his tribe. Not just his family. All men are designed to protect their species. Okay? When you go back to what I said before, what was man created for? What was his purpose? When purpose is not known, misuse is inevitable. What was he brought here for? He was brought here to work. So much so that whatever created him made sure he was organized. Work, men and women need to understand, and work is not effort. It's not just effort. It's accuracy. Does your work work? Effort and accuracy. You got to give the corresponding pace, and you have to give the corresponding precision. So when I take work pride, if you breathe air, you can't outwork me. You can probably give more effort, but you're not gonna out accurate me. You ain't made of enough shit. I take that shit. Listen, when it comes to working, you understand? I take it at a high, and I express that to dudes because I want to be able to beat you at your best. So a dude don't want you, if you're gonna be in the way, if your shit is, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna play. When you come into a man as a woman, what you need to talk about is how you can help him work. It ain't nothing, the cute dress, none of that shit matters to knowing a man of substance, knowing that what you produce, what you're here to do is help him work at a higher level. That ain't nothing in life. Nothing in life that you do that's more important than that. It's nothing you can think of. You can't come up with the quality of life that he'll produce for you. You're just a woman. This man got God right here. You right here. What God is putting in this ear, you can't hear over here. You don't understand what God or universal Allah, Krishna, Elohim, you don't understand what we're shown. You don't have to. It's none of your business. You're only here to benefit. Y'all doing too much, making shit too hard for yourself when you're not built for that. That's why so many of y'all is more y'all than us for a reason, because you're not designed for all of that pressure and stress. You're not. Stay in your place is stay in wealth. Stay in the right. I said that before in the last live. Stay in the right. You understand? I'm right. Oh, April Mason. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, she had some shit going on, but she was writing this. Yes, it's April Mason. Peace, Savannah. Yeah, I know what her damn name is. I think it's allowed to drop. Salute to We On Lock Nation. Feminine. Yeah, man, that's what we talking about. Real femininity today. Anybody late coming in, we talking about real femininity today. It's not. I'm gonna say some shit that's tough, but it's not. We're not dragging on females today. We really showing what femininity is, and we're using real life to distinguish these two, so people are clear. Men need to understand it. Women need to understand it, because, like I said, we're gonna get this thing to a genius level, irrespective of how well we're doing now. When you look at why we fall and why we fell, it's because there was a certain standard that needed to be upgraded, and we did not. So we can't come back to where we were. We have to put it where it's supposed to be. Does that make sense? That's how it works. Like if you've been in debt for like 10 years, you got just financial system. If you've been in debt for 10 years, like 100,000, just with inflation alone, you need to have way more money just to get back where you were supposed to be in 10 years. And then you need to also put yourself where you were supposed to be, right? 10 years from now. So it's a lot of mitigation that happens that has to happen. That's why I said fiduciary. Because as a man, or as a household, as an organization, right? Any and every organization, you need solvency. You need solvency. It's things we don't think of. I hear a lot of shit. I'm like, whether dudes want children or not, you need to start talking about funding the child before they're born, before the penis goes in the vagina and the nut is left to impregnate the egg. There should be a funding for a child for up to the time that you want to fund. Because I'm thinking too small for too long. You're thinking really, really little for a really, really long time. You should have the funding before they get there. That's the work we're going to do as an organization, not one person putting on the Sachi roll talking clown shit, right? Because shit needs to be organized. That shows that it's respectful, right? If you're a woman and you come to a guy's place and it's organized, you like, man. And it's another thing. I know we played a video. This stupid thing with feelings. Feelings don't compare to thinking. If you had the situation where you would have do these two scenarios, right? You would have do, he just like, he can finish your words, right? He really in tune with your feelings. He can finish what you're saying. He just knows how you feel. Now compare that to if you wake up, you with another dude. He's thoughtful. He's not really with the feelings. But you wake up, you wake up, you put your feet down and your slippers are right there. And you look to the right, you look on the table, damn, my breakfast, my favorite food is there. You go downstairs, you walk in the kitchen, it's like, I gotta cook them, but your breakfast is already made. And the bouquet of flowers that you was talking to your mom about that he picked up and he went and got. And he already walked. See, that's two different things. It's no woman in the world that would choose scenario 1 over scenario 2. Because the higher level of feelings and care is what the guy that's gonna be thoughtful, not the nigga on the feeling shit. Feelings don't compare to thoughtfulness. Doesn't at all. You feel good about me versus you think about me all the time. Especially if you're a monogamous woman. I don't gotta ask you because I know. I've done it all the time. And I know you know. Peace to XL Pro. What's up, bro? Definitely means man. And peace, y'all. Yeah, down south they don't teach this in school. It need to be taught. But that, you know what? That's on on us. I don't sit and whine. I just go to work, right? I don't really complain about it. You'll hear complaints within the work because, complaints come in organizations. They have to be mitigated. But that's why I named it the World Class. That's why I didn't make this a Morris American channel. That's why I didn't make this a financial literacy channel. That's why I didn't make this etymology, parsing, and syntax channel. That's why I didn't make it a conspiracy channel. That's why I didn't make it a military channel. That's why I didn't make it, because there's a lot of things we need to learn. And I'm initiated in a lot of things. I'm not the best at most of these things, but I understand the benefits of literacy. You understand? Like, I get literacy. Being cognizant on how to read people, how to read the situation is dope. I'm rambling. I don't want to make this too long because I want y'all to come in and take a shot at some of the things I'm saying. Next up is Shahrazad Ali, but we're going to finish this video. Let me get that down.
And how she made him feel
girl,
in his presence. So we see it all the time. But they going out here, girl, thinking that I have to look like this, getting these botched BBLs and all of this, tuck it in, suck it out, and all that.
Keep my mouth closed.
And then on top of that,
that's a problem too. Whoever she was, she should have opened her mouth. And I'm gonna make this. I might even type this. Listen. I'm vegan, right? I only eat organic. I don't eat synthetic. I don't want no synthetic female. I'm just telling you that right now. You know what's crazy? High value man conversation. You know what? One of the big inspirations to me to be vegan was the success and wealth community. Because I noticed, like, people want to think it's like the conscious community that push vegan. It wasn't. It was the rich people. Rich people was pushing being healthy. So I don't know what make y'all think high value men want synthetic chicks. Rich people eat organic. I want an organic one. And I'm gonna say this right now. That's one thing. And the other thing is this. I might have stole it. If I did, I did. Wedding rings are only for pick-me's. Only for pick-me's. If you're not a pick-me, you're not gonna be in order. I don't want you. I don't know. I'm done.
it's like they're not. I'm doing it for myself. No, you're doing it because these men is liking these pictures. But here's the thing, Mo. The pictures that they're liking, dude, most of those women don't have a man.
Oh, girl. Isn't that the funniest thing? The gorgeous women stay single their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
Because they never learn the girl part. Learn the girl part. Learn to just be. A woman that has her femininity, her spirituality, and her sensuality all flowing at the same time is a force to be reckoned with.
A woman letting shit just be is the best thing you could possibly think of in your life. And I know some of y'all like this. But it's true. You know, learn to just be. Stop trying to feel, because you have these other senses called like sight and hearing, right? And then you can think real, like you got there's a lot of different shit other than just feeling. You all of those are encompassed by the word be. Why be less? Every time you choose to feel, you're choosing to be less. If you want to be more, then be all of it. Then be more. So all you gotta do is not rocket science. And yeah, like I said, you're gonna get into it today. We're gonna learn femininity today. I'm gonna break down stuff that y'all probably would have never seen in life if you wasn't here. So I thank Allah, thank the Most High for allowing me to be here today. I thank Allah for this breath, um, an opportunity to make history, be the greatest generation of all time. That's my goal. I'm not hiding about it. My goal is immortality. For me to personally be remembered, to respect everybody that has died for me to be here, my immediate bloodline, for respecting my son and future children, I think the most honorable thing to do as a man is live a life worth remembering. Not really for fame or anything. It's just that to constantly remind the universe and this planet what I am and what I come from. I'm not a joke. I'm not some shit you can take some shit from and walk off safe. We're not no fucking plaything. You know, people need to do the best I can to wake the part of me that's woke up in y'all. We're not a joke. Everybody is capable of immortality. You have that ability to do. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the smartest and most talented. But you can all live a life worth remembering, to honor the people we come from and honor the people that's going to come from us. So, what a person that he said, what the hell is a pygmy? What a pygmy is a woman that's respectable, that respects men. That's what a pygmy is.
Boom, the world class.
All right. I'm sorry, I got lost in a train of thought of just all that goodness I just heard.